Dzień dobry, kolejny odcinek Hogwarts Legacy przed nami. Aktualnie znajdujemy się w Feldcroft. Tutaj też mamy do wykonania głównym zadaniem, musimy spotkać się z Sebastianem. Ale nim to zrobimy, oczywiście tutaj troszeczkę sobie pobiegamy i pomyszkujemy, zobaczymy co tutaj słychować. Dobra, mamy jakieś wejście na wyższy poziom. Mamy lepsze rzeczy. Kto by pomyślał. No i niczego więcej nie znajdziemy. Możemy od razu ubrać ten lepszy ekwipunek. No i super. Tutaj jeszcze widzę jakaś skrzyneczka. Kolumna morska i brązowa. Ok, zanim tam pójdziemy do niego, najpierw sobie tutaj jeszcze zbierzemy co mamy zebrać. Studnia w Feldcroft wyschła podczas wielkiej suszy jakieś 400 lat temu. Niestety doprowadziło to do śmierci wielu ludzi, w tym co najmniej jednego chłopca, którego ojciec za nie mówił na wiele lat po tym zdarzeniu. Legenda głosi, że resztę mieszkańców uratowała grupa dobrotliwych czarownic i czarodziejów, którzy użyli nieznanej wcześniej potężnej magii, by ponownie nawodnić ten region. A to tak a propos, to chyba żeśmy to w wizji widzieli, bo coś kojarzę. Tutaj oni byli na jakimś wzgórzu. Ale tego wzgórza tu nie widzę. Tam. Tak mi się wydaje. Manekiny treningowe. Mieszkańcy Feldcroft czasami używają ich do ćwiczenia rzucania zaklęć, szczególnie po niedawnych atakach goblinów. Poziom drugi. O, tu jeszcze jakaś skrzynia jest ukryta. To ci dopiero. Niezidentyfikowany przedmiot na ręce. Pięknie. Hopsala. Tu jeszcze coś mamy. No, ale tutaj wejdziemy już normalnie. No, a, jeszcze tutaj możemy na górę wejść, dobra. A tu coś w ogóle jest? Pieniążek. Zacne 3 sztuki złota. Plus tam coś na dachu było. A na dach to ja nie wlezę. Zobaczmy co ma handlarz.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my home. As for the shop, I suppose my line of work chose me as well. I've always loved working with beasts. And my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft borders goblin country, but we've always lived in peace with their kind. Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
What do you have for sale?
No, w ostatnim odcinku chyba to wykupiłem wszystko od niego nawet.
What are we in the market for today?
Ale spoko, możemy sprzedać to, co tutaj zebraliśmy i jest gorsze. Dokładnie.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
No okej, w zasadzie to jeśli chodzi o Feldcroft, to mamy tutaj chyba zadanko wykonane. Takiej eksploracji. Mamy posążki Demimoza raz, ale to nie otworzymy tego. Skrzynię skarbów raz, też nie otworzymy tego. No i strony z przewodnika 2. Plus oczywiście zadanie, które tutaj na nas czeka.
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
No dobra, to chodź Sebastian.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
No dobra, to wchodzimy.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor
No jasne.
Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home. It's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
Sebastian podjął decyzję i mogę spróbować. Kurczę, ciężka sytuacja, powiem szczerze, no bo... może faktycznie da się jakoś pomóc, tylko trzeba próbować. To jest świat magii, więc no wszystko jest możliwe, tak? Kurczę, ciężko, no. Chociaż dobra.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
O, mamy jakiś list. List od Sebastiana do jego siostry. Droga Anne, bez ciebie to nie jest ten sam Hogwart. Cóż, Sharp wciąż jest równie okropny, ale wiesz, co mam na myśli. Mam nadzieję, że czujesz się już lepiej. Sebastian. Tu mamy jeszcze jeden jakiś list. List od Anny do Sebastiana. Sebastianie, to mój zestaw do mikstur, nie twój. Nie ruszaj moich rzeczy. Okej, jeszcze musimy pomówić z Salomonem.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop.
No dobrze,
I
panie
hope you'll remember
Salomonie.
what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry.
Jak Hulk.
He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Okej.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
A jeszcze jedna rzecz, poczekaj, jak możesz, proszę ja ciebie, Sebastianie. A, Okej.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
No była skrzynia za tym domem, chciałem zebrać, ale chyba nieprędko to zrobię.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
No dobra, ale czy to nie jest samo wzgórze, z którego ci czarodzieje, że tak powiem, wypełnili znowu wodą tutaj te rzeczki, brzegi i tak dalej? Powal na ziemię doskakującego, okej. I pokonaj wroga za pomocą chińskiej kąsającej kapusty. Dobra, czyli będziemy potrzebowali tutaj descendo. I będziemy potrzebowali kapuchy. Ej, co jest?
Vegetation does not belong in back.
Nie wiem za bardzo, który to jest ten dowódca cały tych lojalistów. A, okej. Już wiadomo, kto to jest. Okej, Expelliarmus nie, ale Depulso już prędzej. Dobra, nie wyszło niestety. O, jak oberwał. Ej, co jest?
I confess, that was a bit more than I bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Tutaj jesteś, Sebastian, dobra. Jest jakieś takie obozowisko dziwne.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
No jasne, Sebastian.
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Revelio.
Zaraz tutaj zobaczymy. Cóż takiego może się tutaj ukrywać. Jest i obraz.
Levioso.
Pulso nie działa? Akio? Może?
Accio.
Co jest? Czemu nie mogę tego rozwalić, że tak powiem? Dziwne. A niby coś tam jest, jakieś zejście na dół.
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's Loyalists.
No, pewnie musiałem najpierw tutaj sobie poszukać wszystkiego wszędzie, a teraz dopiero będę mógł tutaj coś ewentualnie zdziałać.
This well looks familiar.
O, dokładnie. I oni sobie stanęli chyba tutaj. I stąd zesłali, że tak powiem, błogosławieństwo na tą tutejszą.
Sebastian, I've seen this before.
No
This
właśnie.
house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Revelio.
Obraz.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only
Teraz
one
działa.
way to find out. A stairwell.
Oho.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Wpis z pamiętnika Izydory Morganach, drugi z 7. Przybyłam tu dla nauki, ale chcę pomagać. Ta wewnętrzna sprzeczność jest przytłaczająca. Tak jakby magia chciała uzdrawiać, ale ja jej to uniemożliwiam. Czy powinnam tracić nadzieję? Czy już zawsze będę żałować, że nie zrobiłam więcej? Nie mogę patrzeć im w oczy, wiedząc, że mogłabym zdjąć im ten kamień z serca. Widziałam, jak ten mężczyzna opuszcza dziś obóz. Ten, który przypominał mi ojca. Z pewnością nic wielkiego się nie stanie, jeśli mu pomogę. To przysłuży się moim badaniom, ale jako korzystny skutek uboczny pożytecznego wykorzystania moich umiejętności.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Revelio.
Coś tam jest. Pierwszy. To mój drugi tydzień w obozie. Każdego dnia przybywa więcej osób. Mongolscy lekarze oraz niektórzy nasi uzdrowiciele robią dla nich co mogą. Rozpacz jest wyczuwalna. Ci, którzy przeżyli zaraz, będą już zawsze żyli z ciężarem straty. Gorączka może minąć, skóra może wzrosnąć i zabliźnić, ale niszczycielska gorycz pozostaje. Widziałam mężczyznę przypominającego mego ojca, który stracił dziecko. Nie potrafił sobie z tym poradzić. Chciałabym mu jakoś ulżyć. Zaczynam myśleć, że inni się mylą. Mam możliwość pomóc tym biednym duszom. To takie arbitralne, że nie pomagamy im pozbyć się tej
A
udręki.
journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Revelio. Incendio.
No dobra, mamy zbadać jeszcze piwnicę, ale nie bardzo wiem, jak tam przejść dalej, czy coś takiego.
Revelio.
A, okej, wszystko jasne.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A
Revelio.
daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange, but
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
No dobra, to włazimy do tej krypty.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Czy my nie jesteśmy w Hogwarcie? W tej krypcie jego, ukrytej?
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Diagram runiczny.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Okej. W Cieniu Posiadłości ukończyliśmy właśnie to zadanko. Zyskaliśmy oczywiście doświadczenie i tym samym możemy sobie zakończyć ten odcinek, a w kolejnym cóż, wyruszymy gdzieś dalej. Zobaczmy tylko tutaj, jak sytuacja wygląda. Musimy iść na zajęcia z astronomii. I wszystko w temacie. Czyli kolejny odcinek z zajęcia z astronomii. A co jeszcze się okaże.
Meet me near the ruins of Feldcroft Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
O, i mamy kolejne zadanie. Ale myślę, że to akurat zostawimy sobie na jakiś wolny odcinek, że tak powiem. Dobra, dzięki bardzo za uwagę. No i oczywiście do zobaczyska w kolejnym odcinku.